Today, we're taking a closer look at the best JRPG stories you can play on Nintendo Switch. These games stand out not only for their combat systems, but also for their depth of character, dramatic plots, and unforgettable moments. If you're looking to discover JRPGs with powerful storytelling on Switch, you're in the right place. If you're ready, let's explore these epic tales together. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is considered one of the pinnacles of storytelling in the JRPG genre. At the center of the game are two nations, Kevs and Agnes, constantly at war. Amidst this conflict, the destinies of Noah and Mio, who come from different sides, intersect, leading them on a grand journey. What makes the story powerful is the in-depth exploration of not only the protagonists, but also the supporting characters. Each carries the pain of the past, losses, and their own existential pangs. The narrative explores universal themes such as death, the meaning of life, and the limited time, drawing the player on an emotional journey. The intensity of the dialogue, the majesty of the cinematic scenes, and unexpected turning points distinguish the story from ordinary JRPGs. The bonds formed between the characters, combined with themes of friendship and sacrifice, create an experience that will be remembered for a long time. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 offers an epic narrative that is a must-see for those looking for a story-driven JRPG on Switch. Octopath Traveler 2 brings together the distinct yet equally powerful stories of 8 protagonists. For example, Hikari's struggle to reunite his country unfolds like an honorable samurai epic, while Partitio's story is a critique of capitalism set in the shadow of greed. Casti's search for identity and confrontation with his past transform a profound tragedy into a personal drama. Throne, on the other hand, introduces the player to the dark world of an assassin seeking to break free. The stories of these characters touch not only on individual, but also on universal themes: justice, freedom, identity, and the desire to shape one's own destiny are central to the narrative. The game's most striking aspect is that these 8 distinct journeys unfold without overshadowing one another, allowing the player to delve into these stories in any order they choose. The narrative carries a literary weight, and each character's drama creates scenes that will leave their mark on JRPG history. Octopath Traveler 2 offers a collection of novels for those seeking in-depth stories on Switch. Dragon Quest XI-S brings a classic hero's journey to the modern world of JRPGs with an epic narrative. The game follows a young hero destined to become the Chosen One as he embarks on a mission to save the world. What sets the story apart, however, is that this journey isn't just a battle between good and evil. It's also woven with betrayals, friendships, and losses. Initially, the hero is seen not as a savior by the people, but as a threat and is exiled. This turning point strengthens the narrative's dramatic structure. Each of the companions you join along the way brings their own past pain and hopes. For example, Eric's guilt, Serena and Veronica's sisterly bond, or Sylvando's desire for freedom bring a human dimension to the story. The game's most compelling aspects are the dramatic turning points through time travel. Just as a character's death leaves you reeling, the second chance you're given transforms the narrative into an unforgettable one. Fire Emblem Three Houses is one of the most powerful games that combines JRPG storytelling with political intrigue and personal drama. In the game, you play as an instructor named Byleth and arrive at Garreg-Mach Monastery, where you choose one of 3 different houses to shape the students' fates. What makes the story unique is that whichever house you choose reveals a completely different narrative. Edelgard's desire to reshape the Empire, Dimitri's tragic past and thirst for vengeance, Claude's quest for freedom as an outcast prince, each an epic journey in its own right. The bonds you form with the students become even more meaningful as you witness their tragedies on the battlefield. With the time jump, the turning of the young, idealistic students into enemies as they step into adulthood is one of the game's most emotionally wrenching moments. The war isn't just between armies, but also between friendships and betrayals. Persona 5. Royal boasts perhaps one of the most modern and striking stories among JRPGs. Your journey begins as an ordinary high school student in Tokyo and evolves into a struggle against societal pressures, corrupt authority figures, and the pursuit of justice. The Phantom Thieves enter the metaverse to change people's twisted desires, and each palace represents a character's dark side. The story's strength lies in the fact that each villain is a reflection of society's corruption. The main character's personal tragedies are also explored in depth. Ryuji's disappointments, Makoto's burden of responsibility, and Futaba's traumas elevate the story to a truly individual drama. Characters like Kasumi and Maruki, added with the Royal Edition, introduce new tragedies and philosophical questions to the narrative. The final episodes, in particular, challenge the concepts of free will and happiness, drawing the player on an emotional journey.
Persona! Go down!
Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance stands out as one of the darkest examples of JRPG stories. In the game, the sudden destruction of Tokyo finds you in a barren world called Da'at, filled with demons. At the center of the narrative are the dilemmas of the protagonist, who struggles to maintain his human identity while simultaneously transforming into a demigod. The story forces players to make choices between order and freedom in the shadow of the eternal war between God and demons. A new route added with the Vengeance release presents the player with even harsher moral decisions and different dramatic outcomes. Most characters occupy gray areas. Those who seem to be friends can betray, while those who seem to be enemies can unexpectedly become the key to salvation. Religious symbols, existential questions, and philosophical discussions about the value of humanity transcend the story into a mere apocalyptic scenario. Every choice changes both the character's fate and the future of the world. Tales of Vesperia is one of the first titles that comes to mind when it comes to unforgettable JRPG stories. At the center of the game is Yuri Lowell, a former Imperial soldier who seeks justice. Yuri chooses to fight the corrupt system with his own methods, while his childhood friend Flynn prefers official means to maintain order. The contrast between these two is one of the key conflicts that deepens the story. The characters who join the team throughout the journey also carry their own dramas. Estelle's confrontation with her destiny, Carol's struggle for self-confidence, or Rita's compromises for science strengthen different aspects of the narrative. What makes the story unique is that it goes beyond the classic conflict of good and evil and touches on gray moral areas. It shows the player that heroism isn't always bright and clean, and that sometimes justice requires a price. The scenes and characters added to the definitive edition further enrich the narrative. Nier Automata offers one of the most profound and unsettling JRPG stories available on Switch. Set in a future where humanity has retreated from the face of the earth, leaving only machines and androids. The story of protagonists 2, B, 9S, and A2 is not only a question of war, but also of identity, free will, and the meaning of existence. Every dialogue, every tragedy, and every turning point throughout the game makes the player debate what it means to be human. 2B's conflict between duty and emotions, 9S's growing pains as he seeks to learn, and A2's struggle between revenge and forgiveness present unforgettable dramatic scenes. Most strikingly, the story doesn't conclude with a single ending. The narrative deepens piece by piece through multiple endings, and each replay offers a new perspective. With its philosophical texts, dramatic losses, and striking finale, Nier Automata offers those looking for a story-driven JRPG on Switch not just a game, but a literary experience that explores the fragility of humanity. Triangle Strategy offers some of the strongest narratives on Switch. The game follows Serenoa, the young heir to the kingdom of Glenbrook, as she struggles amidst a war for salt and iron resources. What makes the story special isn't just the battlefields. It's the intrigues, betrayals, and dramatic consequences shaped by the player's choices. Your decisions are measured through a system of convictions, forcing you to make difficult choices that sometimes involve losing allies or risking the lives of innocents. The weight of these choices radically alters the relationships between characters and the course of the game. The narrative is structured around three distinct ideologies: utilitarianism, loyalty, and freedom. The player's choice determines not only the final outcome, but also the dramatic moments along the way. The characters are deeply sculpted. Roland's burden of kingship, Frederica's outcast identity, or Benedict's pragmatic attitudes humanize the story. Chrono Cross offers one of the most complex yet unforgettable stories in JRPG history. The story begins with young Serge mysteriously transported to a parallel world. In this alternate world, Serge's discovery that he is actually long dead becomes the narrative's most shocking turning point. As you move between parallel universes, you're constantly confronted with new questions about identity, destiny, and the meaning of existence. The vast cast of characters, each with their own little story, adds new layers to the narrative. The bond between Kid and Serge, in particular, creates an emotional thread that oscillates between tragedy and hope. What makes the story even more special is the inclusion of Radical Dreamers content with this release. This additional chapter allows you to delve deeper into the backstory of the main game. Multiple endings lead to a different dramatic path, ensuring replayability over and over again. That's it for today, friends. We've taken a look together at the best JRPG stories on the Switch. For those who love this kind of game, the Switch is truly full of treasures. So, what's your favorite JRPG story? Don't forget to share it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care.